If you want to be considered the GOAT, you got to have GOAT-like performances.
But who wants to see a woman miss layups?
I don't know what it is. She gets ejected, only plays 7 minutes, and her team wins.
Angel Reese had hyped up Unrivaled as the future of women's basketball, a groundbreaking league where WNBA stars could showcase their skills and earn better pay. Fans were eager, expecting jaw-dropping performances that would cement Reese as the face of the sport. But when the moment came, she delivered something else entirely: frustration. Her game was riddled with mistakes, multiple missed layups that should have been automatic, careless fouls that put her team in a tough spot, and an attitude that quickly turned officials against her. This was supposed to be a defining moment in her career, a statement that she belonged among the elite. Instead, it became an unforgettable disaster. And here's the kicker: her team won without her. That fact alone had people questioning her true impact. Was she really the star she claimed to be, or was the hype beginning to crumble? Being a vocal leader is one thing, but backing it up with performance is another. On this night, Reese didn't deliver, and fans took notice. Debates erupted. Was she overhyped? If she was as crucial as she claimed, wouldn't her absence hurt the team? Instead, they seemed to thrive without her, raising an even bigger question: was she truly making the team better, or just adding unnecessary drama? As game footage spread like wildfire, so did the conversation, and social media was ablaze with doubts about whether Reese was really the game-changer she had promised to be.
She has her worst professional pro game, and her team wins.
Angel Reese is important. To who? I have been covering Angel Reese for about 2 years now. I have yet to see her draw a single fly to a fresh turd. But according to Angel Reese, everything I do keep going viral.
Angel Reese's recent performance wasn't just a bad game. It was a defining moment, one that could shape how fans and analysts perceive her career moving forward. The question now is, can she recover from this embarrassment, or is this just the beginning of a larger issue? Her ejection from the game raised even more concerns. Reese played only 7 minutes before being tossed, leaving fans stunned by how quickly it all unraveled. In that short time, she managed to grab 15 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, but also missed 5 shots. And in a bizarre trend that's becoming harder to ignore, her team once again found success without her on the floor. That alone drew comparisons to players like Andre Drummond, statistical standouts who don't necessarily translate to winning basketball. But this wasn't just an off night. It was a complete breakdown in composure and confidence, an implosion that played out in real time. Let's break it down. Reese missed 5 layups, shots that any elite player should make with ease. She committed multiple careless fouls, putting unnecessary pressure on her team. She received a technical foul for arguing with the referee after a call she didn't like, then continued complaining rather than adjusting, which led to a second technical and an automatic ejection. It all happened in what felt like a matter of moments. But the most shocking part? She never once tried to pull herself together. Instead of taking a deep breath and refocusing, she let her emotions spiral out of control. In sports, emotions can be a powerful tool, but only when they're managed correctly. Rather than channeling her frustration into elevating her game, she allowed it to derail her night completely. Her body language screamed frustration, her interactions with the officials only made things worse, and the energy she spent arguing could have been used to prove why she belonged on the court. And just like that, her night was over before it ever truly began. Following her ejection, Reese didn't take accountability. Instead, she took to social media, calling out Sports Illustrated for what she claimed was clickbait, after the publication accurately reported that she was the first player ever ejected from Unrivaled. "Everything I do keeps going viral," she said, as if that were a justification rather than a concern. What should have been a showcase of her talent turned into a highlight reel of mistakes, missed opportunities, and emotional outbursts. This wasn't just a rough game. It was a career-defining moment, and not in a good way. The immediate reaction was telling. Fans and analysts flooded social media with memes, jokes, and brutal critiques. Twitter and Instagram buzzed with takes like, "Angel Reese is proving she's all drama, no dominance, and Caitlin Clark is out here breaking records while Angel Reese is breaking down." The comparisons between the two stars only grew louder, with many concluding that while Clark let her game do the talking, Reese was becoming more known for controversy than actual basketball. Then, Reese made things even worse. Rather than stepping back and addressing her mistakes, she went on social media and implied that her ejection was racially motivated. In a now viral post, she sarcastically remarked, "Black History Month, y'all knew I had to be the first." It was a stunning response, essentially suggesting that race played a factor in her ejection, despite the clear reality that it was her own actions that led to her removal from the game. This only fueled further backlash, as fans and analysts called out her attempt to deflect responsibility. The issue wasn't about race. It was about composure, decision-making, and handling pressure. And in this case, Reese failed on all fronts. But beyond her personal drama, there's a bigger problem unfolding. Unrivaled itself is already showing signs of collapse. Billed as a revolutionary league that would give WNBA players the financial opportunities they deserve, it was supposed to change the game. Fans were promised intense competition, big personalities, and a new era for women's basketball. Instead, just 3 weeks in, it's struggling to even fill an 800-seat studio. Let that sink in. 800 seats, and they still can't draw a crowd. The hype is dying fast, and the viewership numbers are even worse. Some games barely break 75,000 viewers, a number that's embarrassingly low compared to even the most forgettable men's basketball matchups. Without high-profile rivalries and elite performances, Unrivaled isn't capturing the attention it desperately needs. And if things weren't already bad enough, Reese herself might be looking for an exit. Just days after promoting Unrivaled as the future of women's basketball, she sent shockwaves through the sports world by tweeting, "Can't wait to get back to Chicago." The same player who had loudly proclaimed that Unrivaled was a better financial opportunity than the WNBA was now hinting at an early departure. This immediately raised eyebrows. Wasn't she the one who had dismissed the WNBA's lower salaries in favor of this new league? Now, suddenly, she seemed eager to return to the very system she had criticized. It didn't add up. The reality seems to be setting in. Without the star power of players like Caitlin Clark, Unrivaled simply isn't the game-changer Reese thought it would be. Without a true face of the league, it's struggling to attract fans, and without fans, the money won't last. If players like Reese are already looking for a way out, what does that say about the league's long-term viability? And that brings us to the most glaring takeaway: Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. The gap between them is widening by the day. Clark is making history, while Reese is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Clark has endorsements from Nike, State Farm, and Gatorade. Reese is busy complaining about low WNBA salaries. Clark rejected Unrivaled, knowing it wasn't a serious league, while Reese jumped in, only to realize too late that it wasn't what she had hoped. Clark didn't need a gimmick to stay relevant. She built her brand through pure skill and consistency. That's why she turned down a $1 million Unrivaled deal. She saw this disaster coming from a mile away. Meanwhile, Reese bet on the league, and now she's already eyeing the exit door. So, what's next for Angel Reese? She's at a critical crossroads in her career, and she has two paths ahead of her. The first is to refocus, put in the work, and prove that she belongs among the best. If she steps up her performances, silences her critics with elite play, and shows consistency, she can rebuild her reputation and cement her place in the WNBA for years to come. The second path is the one she's been on, leaning into controversy, relying on social media antics rather than basketball skills. Sure, it's kept her in the spotlight so far, but how much longer will it last? Fans can only be entertained by drama for so long before they move on to the next big thing. And here's the truth: basketball fans love winners. Caitlin Clark is proving that every night. She doesn't need to stir up drama to stay relevant. She lets her game do all the talking. She's breaking records, setting new standards, and showing that greatness speaks louder than controversy. She's making history, not excuses. She's drawing record-breaking TV audiences, not blaming referees. She's leading with confidence, not creating unnecessary distractions. Most importantly, She's inspiring the next generation of young athletes who look up to her as the future of women's basketball. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is at risk of becoming a cautionary tale, a player with immense potential who let off-court drama overshadow her on-court abilities. She has the size, the talent, and the presence to be great, but instead of dominating the game, she's dominating social media feeds for all the wrong reasons. If she doesn't break free from this cycle, she may not get the legacy she's hoping for. The world is watching. Every game, every move, every decision matters. Will Reese step up, silence her critics, and prove she's more than just talk? Or will she continue down this path, letting her reputation be defined by controversy rather than excellence? Time is running out for her to make the right choice. At the end of the day, fans don't just want personality. They want results. Caitlin Clark is delivering those results night after night. If Angel Reese wants to stay in the conversation, she needs to do the same. And there you have it, another wild chapter in the world of women's basketball. Angel Reese had a night to forget, but the internet won't let her. The big question now is, will she bounce back stronger, or is the pressure finally getting to her? One thing is certain, this rivalry between Reese and Clark isn't going anywhere, and we'll be here to break down every twist and turn.